Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. A couple of quick notes before I start the presentation. This slideshow is being recorded and will be available on the LKCS YouTube channel later on. Just so you know, everyone else besides me will be muted, so I will not be able to hear you if you talk on your end. We will be taking questions throughout the webinar if you want to send them through the chat. So feel free to type those in and send them as we go. We'll address any of the bigger ones that we think might apply to everyone at the end of the webinar. My name is Tom Quessy, and I'm the head of digital sales here at LKCS. And today I'm going to be talking about what your website needs to stand out from the competition. So before we jump into it, for anyone who may not be familiar with us, I would like to take a second to go over who we are here at LKCS. LKCS was founded on the core values of providing the best service, high quality, fast turnaround, and fair pricing. We continue to stand by these values today as we evolve our marketing, digital, print, mail, and statement services to fit the needs of our customers. We're a full service marketing company, and we've been in business since 1961. And we primarily worked with financial institutions that entire time. We provide a full range of products and services, but today we're going to be focusing on website management. However, if there's anything else you're wanting to learn more about, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So let's dive into today's topic. Your users are expecting an exceptional user experience. You need to be able to offer everything that you do in the branch online. If you can't, you're losing out on so many opportunities. Plenty of your competitors are able to offer this kind of experience, and no matter your size, the online tools that we can provide can give you those same capabilities. Besides just having everything online, this also means that you should be able to manage your digital presence. You should have no trouble making updates and changes on your own to anything that you have out there on the web. In this webinar, I will be going over the different tools that we offer for managing your website and giving your users an amazing experience, and then capturing leads throughout that process. This includes Sitefinity, our recommended CMS, the LKCS tool suite, a custom set of tools we've created to make potentially difficult edits easier, our marketing automation services, our digital lending services offered through our partnership with Lenderful, the financial calculator options that we offer, and our tools for online chat and managing any chatbots you might be using. So let's start with site management. Keeping your website up to date is something that you should be able to do on your own. This is necessary for keeping your content fresh and fixing any issues that come to light as standards and requirements change over time. A lot of things can happen quickly on the web, so it's important for you to have the ability to make changes to your website exactly when you need them. If you have to wait days or longer to get simple content changes made, then this could turn into a bigger issue going forward. Having a reliable CMS that you can manage yourself is a game changer. I'll be referencing CMSs a lot in the presentation. So just to be clear when I say that, I'm talking about content management systems. When starting work on a site, you need to spend time thinking about more than just looks. It's important to plan how you're going to be able to make changes in the future. To extend the longevity of your website, you need to give it the ability to grow and change. And that should ideally include you being able to manage the majority of those changes when you want to. And this all begins with your content management system. This is the main way that you'll be making updates and edits to your site. This is the foundation that it's built on, and it's very important to your experience managing the site once launched. Your content management system needs to be able to help you change headers and body text, rearrange your navigation structure, add and replace images throughout the site, adjust your layouts on the pages you create, and to utilize video, images, PDFs, any sort of media you might have on the website. So our recommendation for your website CMS is Sitefinity. This is the CMS that we build the majority of our websites in. It has the features needed to stand above the rest in terms of usability, security, and administration. We get asked a lot about exactly what you can do within this system, so I'm going to walk through what some of the normal edits look like and show just how easy it is to make changes to your website. Here we are in Sitefinity, viewing the pages for this particular website. From here, we can click on any of these to edit the pages. We can get information at a glance about when pages were created and by who, and we can also see what pages are currently published and live on the site, or if pages are saved as a draft, meaning the page has a newer version that's visible to us on the back end here, but not currently live on the website. We can very easily reorder these pages in any way that we like, which can then be immediately saved and published to change the navigation of the live site. This is as simple as dragging and dropping pages into new position, or into these groups we see on the page if we wish them to be nested beneath another page. And we're also able to create new pages from here and drop them throughout our navigation. So as you can see, when it comes to managing the pages and layout of your website, the CMS excels at keeping things organized and simple. Let's take a look at what making edits to specific pages looks like. On screen now is an example of what you see in Sitefinity when you're making edits to a page. As you can see, it uses a WYSIWYG editor, and for anyone not familiar with that term, it means what you see is what you get. In this editor, you'll notice that the elements on the page get separated out into different widgets. These widgets are boxes that can be dragged onto the page and then edited independently. After dropping these on the page, we can easily add elements like call to action buttons, like we see at the very top, images, like the one visible on the right-hand side, especially stylized sections or text blocks, which text blocks tend to be the bulk of what you'll be using and editing across the website. So if I were to hit the edit button on any of these content block widgets that we've dropped in here, we'll be taken to the text editor. Here's an example of what this editor looks like when you click into a widget. You do not have to be a programmer to make these changes. This user-friendly editor works just like any word processor that most of you will be used to. In here, you can see all the normal options you would have in that sort of software. Things like bolding, italicizing, created bulleted lists, numbered lists, adjusting alignment. These are all very easy things to accomplish using the familiar buttons on our toolbar across the top. Beyond those simple tools, though, it also has features that will make your life easier as you're managing your site. At the top left, you'll see a drop-down. Here, we can add in preset text styles when we design and build your website. This makes it so you can simply highlight text and pick from these preset options that we've programmed in to match your brand and to keep everything cohesive throughout your content. This is also great for website accessibility, as you're able to drop in headings. So here we can see heading 1 and heading 2 as some of our options. Like I described before, they're styled by us to match your branding, but they also work as header tags within the code. These are important for accessibility when a user is navigating the page using a screen reader. When used correctly, they can vastly improve the user experience for anyone navigating your pages. This is something that we often see get flagged as errors when we're doing accessibility scans on websites. It's also something that's easy to avoid with a setup like this and just a little bit of education on the topic. After building any of our sites, We offer training on the CMS to go over drop-in content, and we try to help you understand how you can avoid some common accessibility issues like this one here. And besides everything I already mentioned, it's also very easy to insert links in the text, create tables, or embed videos from places like YouTube or Vimeo. Everything I've discussed here are just extremely easy changes to make within this system. After you complete your edits to the page, you'll have all of your publishing options located at the top. Here you'll be able to make the decision of how you want to move forward with the page. If everything's ready to go, you can hit publish to immediately push this page live. If you still have some work to do and you want to come back to it, you can save this page as a draft for later. And this is a great way to continue forward if you'd like to send out previews to other members of your team for review before publishing anything. Lastly, you can schedule this page to publish on a future date. This is great if you're looking to have something go live at a very specific time. With this CMS, you can schedule it down to the minute of when you would like it to go live. We often see this get used for promotional pages, where you might want to set up a landing page for a specific offer. This way, you can set up everything ahead of time for this page to go live when the promotion starts, and then even unpublish itself when the promotion's finished. This can also be used for pages that are already live to schedule updates to the page ahead of time. That can be great for compliance reasons when you may need very specific information to be updated only at a certain time. Speaking of compliance, here's another feature that many auditors love to see. Each page within Sitefinity has a revision history of its changes over time. Here we can see any time this page has had a new draft saved for it or has had changes published. We can also see which user created the draft or published the page. If I click on any of these previous versions, it will show me exactly what that page looked like at the time. And this is great if you need to look back and review how a page has changed over time. There's also an area available where users can make notes about their changes if you wish to keep track of those details as new content gets published. But also, this comes with another great feature. I can go back to any of those previous versions of the page and revert back to it if I should need to. It's kind of like having the ultimate undo button just in case you should need it. So next, we'll be talking a little bit about the LKCS tool suite. It's one of the other big site management tools that we offer. It's a subscription service that is constantly being maintained and upgraded as time goes on. And this is a suite of digital tools that integrate within our websites to make your life easier. We built many of these tools with financial institutions in mind. The tool suite includes our rates manager. This is an easy way to manage rates across the website. It helps to simplify showing rates tables across many of the pages of your site, but still only having to manage them all in one place. So even if the rate is presented in different formats on different pages, you only have to make the change once within this tool, and it will be reflected everywhere that is present across the website. So here's a screenshot of what this tool looks like on the back end. I'm showing one table here, but you could have as many as you want within the system. To make changes, all I need to do is simply click into a cell and type in the new information. With this tool, it is incredibly easy to remove or move columns, rows, or any entries in the table. When making changes, just like in the CMS I was showing you earlier, you're able to save drafts in here or even schedule rates changes to go live on certain dates. We also have access to a revision history of all the changes that have been made in the Rates Manager over time. This is great for compliance, as you'll be able to review the rates history anytime you should need to. We also have our homepage announcement tool. So if you have a branch that has to close down suddenly due to weather, or maybe you want to warn people browsing your site of an upcoming holiday that's going to force a change in hours, our announcement tool is a useful way to send out fast updates to anyone currently browsing your homepage. This can be amazing for getting out timely messages and can really help to cut down on calls asking about these sorts of events. Here's a screenshot of what this tool looks like on the back end. Messages are created using this friendly text editor, and these messages will slide down from the top of the homepage when someone lands on it. They can include links if you need them to direct users to another page that maybe has a lot more information on it. And like our other tool, this can also be scheduled ahead of time. We can set the color of the bar that this information will appear on. And right now you can see I have it set to this light blue color. Here's what that announcement looks like when it's live at the top of the homepage. Depending on how important the message is, I may even want to darken that color or make it clash more with the site's main brand colors. This would help it stand out more and ensure it is immediately seen. Also make it easy to manage your own banners and ads both on your homepage and across your inside pages. Depending on your site's design, we can create simple ways for you to update these images, call to actions, and more on these featured areas of your homepage. And here we can see an example of this manager. This site currently has 3 banners live. Within the tool, they can disable or enable more banners from their library. And on each of the banners, they can get information about how many unique clicks each has gotten so far. We also make it easy so each banner can have several images uploaded for it. These will swap out at different breakpoints for desktop, tablet, or mobile screen sizes. This feature lets you have total control on how these images lay out and look on different devices. This sort of smart, responsive design is one of the many ways that we make sure that your mobile users have the best experience possible. And these 3 tools that I've shown are just a handful of the tools that are available in the LKCS tool suite. We also have tools for managing things like third-party pop-ups, easy calendar and event listings, career listings, managing the sale of repossessions, running polls on your website, and more. So please reach out if you're interested in seeing more of these tools in action. We would be more than happy to provide full demonstrations. And like I mentioned, everything within the tool suite works seamlessly within Sitefinity. You're able to drop our custom tool onto pages as widgets. So allowing you to just simply drag and drop and place things like rates tables into the content of any page. Now, I want to touch a little bit on marketing automation. We've covered making edits across the website, but automation can be used in conjunction with your website to identify interests and target specific types of users with quality content. This adds another level of personalization that can lead to better results. So first, what is automation? Automation is the use of software technology to automate repetitive or manual marketing activities. For our purposes here, let's focus on email marketing automation. This is a very common and useful form that can achieve great results. By leveraging data on your website and throughout touch points of your email marketing efforts, you can categorize your audience. And using these categories, or personas as they're often called, automation tracks can be set up to then serve them custom content at regular intervals. This can grow your audience, strengthen relationships, and encourage that audience to take the next steps. So why use automation? The why of using automation is very simple. First and foremost, automation can save you a lot of time. Now, that's not to say it's an easy button where all of your marketing work just magically disappears, but After the initial setup is done and the automations are in place, it can save your marketing team from the bulk of repetitive work that tends to come with the job. This leaves you more time to focus on the bigger picture items and refine those marketing strategies that you're working on. It can improve your engagement with the audience. Most of the time, your automation will be paired with some form of personalization. This is using data to not only serve the audience content at the right time, but also making sure that the content is relevant to them. And with the increase in timely quality content, it can have a big impact on increasing your leads and conversions. We can be tracking interaction with things like email opens and clicks, email forwards, web page visits, form and calculator submissions, views on videos, app or PDF downloads, sharing on social media, and even live chat interactions. And all these data points can paint a pretty clear picture of what that user might be looking for. This lets your automations trigger and then strike while the iron's hot. So here we have an example of an automation track for email marketing that we built in ActiveCampaign. Once a contact meets the initial triggering condition, they'll be taken down this track. And in here, we can do things like send email messages to the user, notify employees on our side of where they are within this track, create splitting paths depending on their actions during it, and a whole lot more. And this all funnels back in and lets us know where they fall on the topic. Is it something that they're just interested in? Are they actively researching the product? Are they an opportunity that we think is ready to close? Or have they already made it through the process and made it to our end goal? This kind of information can be crucial and such a boon to your team. Now, I also want to touch on the importance of having a high quality online lending platform. The expectations of users nowadays is that everything can be done online. That applies to the lending process too. You need to be able to offer avenues for 24/7 access to meet these expectations. Through our partnership with Lenderful, we can give comprehensive online lending experiences. It's more than just applications. This tool offers mortgage, home equity, unsecured, and auto loan platforms. It's able to support your loan officers to help them give your borrowers a best-in-class online lending experience. It lets the borrowers do more than just apply. It can assist in learning, shopping for rates or programs, and completing the process all in a timely manner. On your end, it can help streamline the process and provide your officers with all the information that they need. This is a white labeled product, so everything can be customized to your voice, your brand, and your message. So we can customize all this to reflect your institution. And here we can see a Learning Center page where users can go through and educate themselves on the process. They can learn about things like credit scores, the loan types that you offer, and even loan rates. And it can give them access to different tools like calculators. Lenderful also has a great pre-qualification tool called Pre-Qual Express. The user is able to fill in easy information on their end, which then provides your team with the information to fill them in on what the borrower is looking for. It is also able to collect partial information. So if someone fails to complete the whole process, you'll still be able to get some valuable leads on the back end. All the forms and tools within this lending platform are intuitive and inviting. So it's built to give potential borrowers a little bit more comfort and just that best user experience possible. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the online financial calculators that we have available. These are a very common request that I see during my website meetings. These calculators can offer benefits for both the user and for your institution. For the users, obviously, it gives them some great tools directly on your website for planning their finances. And then for you, can actually be another powerful lead source for you to leverage. Here we can see a quick example of one of our calculators. These can be styled to match your brand and can easily be dropped into different sections of a website. We can also add the call to action buttons that you see on the bottom left of this calculator. When emailing results to themselves, we can set this up so that it also emails you that same information. And like I mentioned, this would be a direct lead for the product that you can then act on in any of your other marketing efforts. We have a large library of calculators to choose from when it comes to topics and products. So whatever you're currently looking for, odds are good that we have something available to fit the topic. And to anyone interested, let us know and we can send you a link to this page with the full library of calculators available. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the online chat system we use and chatbots that we can offer. This system provides another easy way for your audience to reach out to you with questions and to receive assistance. So a lot of people wonder why to use online chat. One of the biggest reasons is it just enhances engagement and reduces your costs on that engagement. You're able to offer one-to-one communications on your website for a more personal touch. You can improve that customer service. Staff is not required to be in office to respond. So if you have remote workers, that can be a really big boon, this being a web-based tool. You can become that full 24/7, 365-day a year digital service branch with ticketing systems. And then you can also cover your off hours with chatbots if you wish to. Consumers expect that kind of seamless support experience whenever and wherever they are. And this helps you to meet that need. So when you first pick a message out from the queue, our chat system can give you some data regarding the visitor. So on the right-hand side of this page, we can see some of the visitor details. This includes data about the pages that they visited on the website so far and the page that they're currently on. Also the general area where that IP is coming from, and even some details about like their browser and things like that. Very helpful for if you're ever needing to like troubleshoot problems or assist someone when directing them through your site. Here we can see a message screenshot. So the message system is very easy to use. While the user is typing, you're actually able to see the message as they're writing it out. And this can help you to prepare a quick answer. Speaking of which, you can also have queued up messages created within the system. This can be useful for common questions that get asked, like maybe certain branches hours, or if you needed to set up anything beforehand, I could set up a message beforehand that I can click and it will paste that into the chat. Our system also has support for chatbots. These are bots that can be guided, that can guide users through questions and give automated responses. So here's an example of a tree that we've set up for one of our example bots. It can identify different questions and go down the different paths needed to provide an answer. These bots can be extremely useful for answering common questions after hours. And if a bot is unable to answer a more complex question, it can lead back to your Contact Us form during your off hours or transfer to a live agent during working hours. Here we can see what it looks like to create a response for the bot. We can easily set in how we want the bot to respond to different topics and situations. This one here is demonstrating a welcome message. And as with the rest of the tools that I covered today, chat and chatbots have a lot of versatility and options in how you wish to set things up. So it's important to tailor these tools so that they work best for your institution. And that covers everything I wanted to discuss for those looking to create a website with some of the exceptional tools and services that we recommend. I hope this helps if you are interested in finding out more about the systems that we offer when making these kind of changes and updates. I know all of these tools have a lot of moving parts, which can be hard to demonstrate all within one webinar. But if you found yourself interested in any of the items that I presented today, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're constantly doing demos for all of these tools and would love to set up a meeting to dive deeper into them. That way you can get some one-on-one time to slow us down and ask questions about the specifics of the tools that you're interested in. As always, we here at LKCS are ready to help you with any new projects you may have in mind. So please get in contact with me or any of our sales reps to get started. Thanks so much for attending the webinar. Again, my name is Tom Quessy, and I'm the head of digital sales here at LKCS. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to stay on the line for the next few minutes to answer anything that comes through the chat. Thanks again for attending, and we hope to see you at our next webinar.